Alright y'all, so if you're on a pilgrimage and you forgot your tripod and you come across a park bench or anything like this, you can really get some stabilization by just leaning up against it, sitting like so, and doing this. Also, if you can get both of your arms on it like this, you get both your arms there, lean like so, and just make sure. So you use what's around to do some stabilization, okay? If you happen to have something that's flat like this, it's great for, doing something like this, okay? You just set your camera down. Set your camera down like this, put the driver mode, your drive mode, which is you're going to shoot either a single shot, multiple shots, or a timed, okay? You're going to set it to timer, and your timer is going to go off in 10 seconds, so you're not going to have to be touching the camera so your hand doesn't mess up the stabilization of it. So what you do is you press down the shutter speed, let go, and now your camera can shoot, and you can shoot for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, however long you want to do, and your camera's not going to mess up, okay? So it's not going to, see, there it goes, it just shot by itself. So you don't have to be touching it when you do that, you don't have to mess anything up, and this is a way, very simple way to do that. Now if you don't want your camera to be sitting flat, you want it to be aiming at something, and you happen to be a completely sexy mofo like me, you could just take your shirt off, show your love for Bob Marley, and put it down like so, okay? You stick your camera on your shirt and you just mold it to get it to the angle you want it to be, okay? So if you want it to be shooting down, you just put it like this, make sure it's stabilized in there, you get it set, it's looking down, you frame your shot, you make sure everything's right, then you shoot, okay? So that's a very simple way. Like I said, they're going to be very simple things, but they work. So, like I said, you're on your pilgrimage, you see the city, you're on a hill, you find a park bench, you put your camera down, and there you go, okay? That works. If you don't happen to have a park bench and you still want to give some stabilization, one thing that you can do is you could sit Indian style. I'll show you right here. You're going to follow me. We're going to have a mic in the picture, okay? Come this way. Okay. You can sit Indian style like so. Put your arms here, here, and you have a triangle here, two triangles here, triangle here. You got triangles everywhere. Hold it up, lean it against your head, and you can take a 5-second shot. And I can take a 5-second shot. You don't want to put your timer on for this, which I just shot with the timer, so it's going to go in a second. But you take your timer off your driver, you're going to shoot, but you hold it, you stabilize yourself, stabilize the camera against your head, stabilize your arms against your legs are there, it's all shock absorbers, okay? You sit there and, well here, I'll change my driver. And you fire. So you do it, stay still, hold your breath, and you can hold it, you can hold it longer than if you weren't doing that, okay? So, you're gonna get better at it. I've gotten better at it. I've actually just made this stance myself recently, okay? Of course, we always talked about the Kung Fu horse stance, legs far apart, this, arm cross, hold onto your shoulder, make a platform there. If you notice, it's a triangle as well. There, boom, you shoot. It takes a little bit of time. You can do it for longer than if you didn't do something like that. So these are the ways to stabilize. Put it on something. Put your camera on something. Use the driver. The concepts of stabilizing your camera, especially in an environment. When I came out here, I didn't know where I was going to shoot. I didn't know where I was going to set up. I looked around. I found a park bench, and I decided, hey, I can use that. It's flat enough that I could just set my camera down and do a timer and shoot and get a timed exposure that way. I can do the Indian sit, my Indian style stance and shoot and get a shot that way. You can go ahead, you can lean on something. You can just lean and get a little bit more support. Lean, shoot, In fact, I see a beautiful sunset over there. See my sunset. See, here we go, we're testing the techniques. Another one is to lay down. You can lay down, put your elbows down, bring your hands up. And fire away. So those were in a 20th of a second. I just happened to see a sunset. There's not a lot of light because we're in the sunset, so now I'm laying down doing some shots. And these are the kind of things you got to do on a whim. Just get your shot. Get your shot. That's the most important thing. Your clothes are going to get dirty. You know, you might have to strip some down. But you get the shot. You know, if your shirt isn't thick enough to hold your camera, take off your pants. You know, do something. Get your shot. You know, borrow someone else's pants. But you know, do what you got to do to get the shots you got to get, and you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna be happy with yourself. So on your pilgrimage, friend, my physicist friend who's on his pilgrimage in Israel, these are the techniques I wanted to teach you while you're out personally, and I want to see your pictures. Okay? So everyone else, you know, I'd like to see your pictures too, and I hope that everyone learned something from this. And I'm sure you know, you're gonna be able to use this, and this is something that could go into your skill set for life. For life, player. Okay? So this is the kind of stuff that you build on. So you build on this. Come up with your own. If you have a fancy stance you want to show me, share it, baby. And, you know, peace. Have a good time, man. I love y'all.